investors. The following is a presentation of TFNN. The Tiger Technician Hour with your host, Basil Chapman. Call now, toll free at 1-877-927-6648. Now, Basil Chapman.
Good morning, everyone. Basil Chapman on this Monday, the 21st of July. We're looking at the Dow up 139 at 44,481. This is it's under the Friday high. It's in this area that I call the Chapman wave, inside wedge right there. So now what we're looking at, this inside track repellent zone, is it going to work, or is the Dow by the end of the day going to pop to the 44,650s? We'll see. Even more important than that, I would put the S&P up to show you that it is at an all-time high as we speak. I've got this as a potential leg G, but that means it could be an alternate count. It's just at an all-time high, and that means that the weekly chart has gone to a leg C extension, and therefore you can't get a peak C until next week. Friday of next week, we'll be able to see whether or not there's a lower high than whatever this week's high is, and that'll make it peak C. So far, fantastic action. QQQ, same thing. QQQ is up at 413 at 565.40. There's a leg D. We're looking at a leg B. It's just a leg B from the low that was made at 400 back on the week of the 7th of April. Oh, this is amazing. 400 to 565, 165 points, and it's only a leg B. And the monthly chart is a leg F/A. This is amazing. The Chapman wave methodology, that is quite something to behold. I'm looking at the IWM. So the S&P at this point is up, let me just see, it's up 0.52. The Dow is up 0.52%. S&P, so the Dow is up a third at 0.332%. The QQQ is up 0.75, 0.75%. But look at this. Don't tell me I just hit the wrong button. Oh, man, that's silly. Give me a second. Yeah, I just have to change this back again. Okay. There it is. Sorry, everything's fine. We're looking at the IWM. I'm typing in the wrong place. I am in the right place. Is up 1.67 at 223.98, up 0.74, up 0.75 point, but it hasn't taken out the Friday high. So this has already made a peak C, and the weekly chart is lagging somewhat, but for the small caps, this is still pretty good action. I want you to just quickly go to the XLF. The XLF, this is the financials, S&P Select Financial Spider Fund, up 0.39%, up 20 cents at 52.74. Got a little bit of a way to go to the most important high that was made, all-time high, back on the 3rd of July, and that was at 53.27. I'm going to just type that in, 53.27. Okay, that was the 3rd of July, so we'll just make a 7.3. There we are. Okay, and that says that money is flowing into the financials. Hasn't made an all-time high. It's only a point and less than a point away. Look at the KRE. The KRE is stalling. It's up 22 cents to 63.49. Hasn't really taken out the high that was made around about the 7th or so of July. That would be very important if it does it this week. In fact, I'll give you the exact number. If the regional bank index, KRE, takes out 64.02 by 1 penny, 64.03, that'll start a nice move to the upside for leg C in the weekly chart and say, I am participating. I just want to go back to the futures here. Wanted to show you something. So I did look at this earlier on. This is a single leg A to the upside in the 5-minute chart and in the 10-minute chart. I'll show you this arch formation right here. Did a very nice peak D at about 4 o'clock this morning, and then it just couldn't make higher highs and higher lows. In fact, started to make lower highs and lower lows, and eventually went to this midpoint target line exactly on at 5:09 this morning. They went to 63.40, and now and then it had 3 bars, sideways action, and then whoosh, it takes out. And look at this. What did it held? It held the 10-minute 200-period moving average exactly, and then it spiraled to the upside. This doesn't have the look yet of a single leg A, that Eiffel Tower look, like an uppercase A, straight up and straight down. It's holding quite nicely here. It did make a peak F in the 1-minute chart. I'm really watching this because if at any point the 63.58 area is taken out, then 63.56 will be the next level of support. So far, buying is coming in, so we're going to see whether that happens. And that'll make that single leg A to the upside a little bit more vulnerable. Right now, it does seem to be holding support. I did want to go to the high-grade copper. High-grade copper is trading right now at 5.50, just about unchanged. I meant to put it into the other chart right here to show you exactly what's going on, the daily, weekly, monthly. Look, here it is, high-grade copper. Now, this is something that's going to be very important. It's making this right shoulder kind of failure pattern. But look at this. This is the Bitcoin. Bitcoin right now is up 990, but it's still stuck in the sideways action after making 123,615 peak D around about the 10th. What was it? The 10th? What was that? The 14th of July, that was the high, and it's just been going sideways, and that's what I've been saying. Now we've got some rotation going on, even in the different sectors, and yeah, you've got it, because look at ETH. ETH is the grayscale Ethereum. It was up sharply this morning to 36.09. It's still up pretty sharply, but it's a red candle at 35.87. And if you're looking at ETH as here we go, this is the futures, it's a leg D in the daily, and this has had a whole series of Ds. It's like in the Chapman Wave peak Ds where other things can happen. That's your objective in a buy mode. Look at this. It did make a leg E, a very quick D, and then 2 bars later it went to an E that was back in early May. Then it pulls back and it goes peak A, peak B, peak C. This is the pattern that I call, this is the Bart Simpson spiky hairstyle. And then it goes to a D, pulls back sharply, and where does it go? Peak A, peak B, peak C, and then for the last about 8 or 9 sessions, straight up to a leg D today at 3,807, up 250. Leg D in the weekly chart. So my suspicion is that we're going to be looking at Ethereum, which has been the leader now in that whole Bitcoin sector, as maybe getting to some kind of resistance. And I'll draw this in. Look, here it is. If you go to that peak C1, it was back around about March or so of this year. Is that of last year? Sorry, last year. And you've got the spike high that was made, so that's 1. So that was March 2024, goes to 45.50. Of course, this is the future, so that gets smoothed out. But then where does it go to? It goes to another high, spike high, peak C2, and that's at 4,305.50. It goes to a lower low all the way down, and that was in April. It goes to 1442.50, and here it is at 38.15. I've got this as a gray leg A, but it's coming into what I would term a resistance level. So we're going to be watching this very, 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 very closely, because if it goes above 39.62, closes above 39.62, that's good. I'll be back.
If you're looking for potential trading setups in the stock market, then Rocket Equities and Options Report is a newsletter you should try. Tommy O'Brien delivers options and equity trades when the markets present them, using a combination of fundamentals and technicals. Sign up for Rocket Equities and Options Report today with a 30-day money-back guarantee, so you have nothing to risk. For all the details and to start your subscription today, visit the front page of TFNN.com. TFNN, educating investors.
In the world of trading, only a few names stand out like Larry Pesavento, a pro's pro with over 50 years of experience. Larry has seen it all. A former Chicago Mercantile Exchange member, Larry has authored 10 books and trained over 1,000 traders with his unmatched expertise. Introducing Fibonacci 24/7, Larry Pesavento's daily trading service that turns the complexity of markets into opportunities. Published every Sunday, receive a comprehensive report packed with detailed commentary, charts, and videos that illuminate the patterns shaping the markets, with updates throughout the week exclusively for subscribers. Whether through charts or videos, Larry's analysis is your roadmap to navigating the markets. You can sign up now at TFNN.com for just $97. And with all TFNN newsletters backed by a 30-day money-back guarantee, you have nothing to risk. For all the details, visit TFNN.com. You'll find Fibonacci 24/7 right under the newsletters tab.
Many trading newsletters attempt to focus on a narrow set of equities or commodities. While this works for some, it oftentimes misses many opportunities that possess huge gain potential. But how is an independent trader supposed to scan the entire market looking for these hidden opportunities? One simple answer: the opening call newsletter. Basil Chapman, developer of the Chapman Wave trading methodology, has been trading the markets for longer than most trading influencers have been alive. And over that time, he has honed his methodology in order to accurately call movements in a wide range of equities, from semiconductors to uranium to key indices and so much more. Basil is old school, taking the time to educate the trader while also giving his insights into key indices, selective stocks, and more. Opening call subscribers also receive access to dozens of educational live streams that can be accessed at any time for your edification. All first-time subscribers receive a 30-day money-back guarantee. So ignore the pop trading influencers and start learning time-tested technical analysis.
TFNN has launched the Tiger's Den, hosted at Discord. TFNN has been educating traders for more than 20 years with live programming hosted by a variety of professional traders during market hours. The Tiger's Den, available to all tigers and tigresses for just $1 for the year. There's no catch or added costs when you join our community of traders. Sign up today and become a part of this educational community of traders. Just visit the front page of TFNN.com.
Hi folks, I'm just looking at Kroger because Kroger has had a spectacular move, and this is in the food. I guess it's already producing and manufacturing. Leg F in the monthly chart. I'm not yet sure because I haven't really been able to do it. I'll do it right now. So this is the weekly chart A. B. I'm just looking at these different sectors to see what. There, F/B, alternate count, and then that goes to A, B, C, and E. Okay, this could be an E right now. It could even be an A, but it's holding beautifully. The 9-period moving average and the weekly chart's good. Now, I wanted to just do this because I saw the chart, and I thought it would be a good opportunity to explain a particular pattern. Look, from this low, which is the low, if you're in the Chapman Wave methodology, you try to identify the low that is most important, and then you count the waveform. So from this low, it goes peak A right there. So you have to go to a peak and then make a lower high the following bar. And that's exactly what it does around about the 16th or so of June. And then it goes to a peak B. Now, is this a continuation pattern of the previous move? Doesn't matter because under it, it has, look, this is your starting point. So I'm going to put an up arrow because the stochastic did go to 80%. It's a little lower now. But look, that is your beginning point. So that means you have to count each, that your obligation in Chapman Wave is to count each successively higher peak. So that's an A. A brand new A, it's a gray A because it's underneath the peak B. This is an A. And that's usually like an overlapping wave. And it says, that's a good sign. So it does. It goes to a B and then it goes to a C. All of this is underneath the previous major high, and that high was right there on the 23rd of June at 74.11. Now, I just wanted to point out, because there were questions that came up just the other day, how do you identify what happens if you get a big move up that's only like a peak B, but under it you get other moves, and the low is still sacred, it hasn't been taken out? Well, this becomes a C, and if there's a move in the next day, not today, because if it went above 72.85 to 72.86, they will continue leg C. But if it doesn't, and then tomorrow, the next day, it goes to a higher high, that becomes a leg D, and it becomes a peak D, And it means that it's subordinate now, but important to that peak B. That peak B then fails, and that D, if there is a D, becomes your most important D to say, all right, I've already achieved a D. And all you can do is say, well, that B has forfeited its priority because you've made a lower D, and that gets the priority. Just wanted to show you that, just to take it. It should have done it on Friday as a technical lesson, but I just wanted to do it because it's right there. Now, I just wanted to quickly look at the trend gauge. No, the trend's doing nothing. I'm looking at, right, that's finished with that page. I just need to look at it. So a couple of questions came in. Let me get to them. Could I look at the FXI? FXI is the large cap China ETF, and it's trading up to a leg D. We had said that there's a good chance it will make a D, and that's very interesting because this D completely did the opposite to what the arch formation was indicating. As soon as it flipped to green, it said, uh-oh, I'm going up, and that became a very important move. So this is daily chart leg D at 38.33, just under the high that was made on Friday, which is 38.36. And the weekly chart at 38.36 was underneath the previous high of 37.60 that was made the week of the 21st of March. And that just says if we extend this leg C and you've got the rectangle formation, it means how we deal with the 37s over the next week is going to be very important, because a good break above it, well, certainly 1 penny above that 38.36 gives you a leg D. And I had this as a weekly, as a monthly chart, left side, right side price, time match, cup formation. It almost reached that level in March, but it didn't take it out, and that was the high that was made back in February of 2022 at 38.90. So I'm watching this closely. Now, because this one has failed, I can put in another one and say, okay, where's your next opportunity to make a higher high? Well, that's not quite a doji candle. I'd have to go there, but that's just way too long. But I'm going to do it anyway, in any case. And I'm going to take it from that bump against that level there. We're going to take it right to there. Go click, see where it takes us. It's in the next month or so. It's a monthly chart. There it is. So we're going to go green right there. All right, so this is the iShares China large cap, should get to 38 right there. Yeah, should get to the 30, it's 39, 39.78. I'll type that in. 39.78, 39.78 level by within 2 months. I think it's going to do that sooner, but that's just what it says. And I'll show you the inside track, an inside wedge right there. Okay. All right. So there it is. All right. Now, where does it break down? If in the next week or two, without going much higher, meaning a point higher, and I think it will, but I'm just saying that's what would make it a failure. It takes out 37. It takes out 37, but not on the monthly chart. That'll be on a weekly chart. That'll make a difference. But the monthly chart is still very strong. Looking very good. Next, Queb was the next question. Queb. Chinese Internet ETF doing nicely over the last 2 weeks. So that's a peak. C, A, B, overlapping wave. All right, let me show you something here. So they went to this from the starting point back in about the 1st of June. It goes from the 31 level to peak A, peak B, peak F/C. This is an A. This is an A, even lower down. This is an A. This is an A. And what happens when you get this number? This is called the Chapman wave restart. That's usually as long as you're holding well above the low, that usually says, ooh, this one should go to at least a D. So here's another A and a B, except now you pick up the previous one, and that's a D, and you've gone to a peak E. If there's no new high above today's high of 36.31, then the high of yesterday, or Friday, of 36.70 something, 73. Okay, and that's only a leg B, a new B under the previous high in the KWEB, Chinese Internet, looking very good. Pushing away from the weekly 200 period moving average. It'll fail if it goes under 34.50. A close under 34.50 in the next 2 weeks says, whoops, sorry to fail. So far, it's very good. Next question, Basil, can you please check on the SMHs? So this is going to be important because the SMHs right now are just underneath the Friday's high, all-time high. They're at 293.05 up 2.70. So that's only a leg B. You've got all week in which to take out by another couple of cents the high that was made on Friday of 293.33. I think it will do that. Dow's up 168, S&P's up 36. I'll be right back.
If you spend any time online researching trading techniques on how to begin your trading journey, you've no doubt come across many folks who push Forex trading as a way to make big money quickly. Unfortunately, there are equally as many stories of these so-called Forex professionals just looking to make a quick buck off aspiring traders without actually teaching the ins and outs of the Forex market. This is what sets Teddy Keckstack's The Tiger Forex Report off the riffraff. Every Monday, former Chicago Mercantile Exchange member and author Teddy Keckstack releases his Tiger Forex Report newsletter, where he dives into the complex world of Forex and takes time to actually teach you his methods that have made him so successful in the fast-paced and rewarding world of Forex trading. Furthermore, all subscribers receive access to archived live streams of Teddy's, where he provides university-level education to help you in Forex trading. All first-time subscribers receive a 30-day money-back guarantee. So what are you waiting for? Forex awaits.
Many trading newsletters attempt to focus on a narrow set of equities or commodities. While this works for some, it oftentimes misses many opportunities that possess huge gain potential. But how is an independent trader supposed to scan the entire market looking for these hidden opportunities? One simple answer: the opening call newsletter. Basil Chapman, developer of the Chapman Wave trading methodology, has been trading the markets for longer than most trading influencers have been alive. And over that time, he has honed his methodology in order to accurately call movements in a wide range of equities, from semiconductors to uranium to key indices and so much more. Basil is old school, taking the time to educate the trader while also giving his insights into key indices, selective stocks, and more. Opening call subscribers also receive access to dozens of educational live streams that can be accessed at any time for your edification. All first-time subscribers receive a 30-day money-back guarantee. So ignore the pop trading influencers and start learning time-tested technical analysis.
Building wealth trading in the stock market seems impossible to most people. They think it's too volatile and risky. Most people aren't going to take the time to educate themselves on how to do it right. But you're not most people, are you? At TFNN, you'll get the guidance you need to refine your strategies and techniques to invest like a pro. Because you'll be a pro. All TFNN subscriptions, books, software, and courses are available at TFNN.com. And I'm even going to tell you how to get them for less. Use TFNN's Tiger Dollars and you'll get up to a 20% bonus on your purchase. And once you apply them to your account, Tiger Dollars are automatically used for all future or recurring charges. Tiger Dollars also never expire, are fully transferable, and are a great way to add savings to your newsletters or services. Become the investor you were born to be at TFNN.com. TFNN, educating investors.
This portion of the Tiger Technicians Hour is brought to you by Direxion's daily leveraged and inverse ETFs. Whether you're a bull or a bear, you choose the direction. Visit Direxion.com. Investing in the funds involves significant risk and should only be utilized by investors who understand the impact of leverage and actively monitor their portfolio. They are not designed to track the underlying index or security for more than a day. Before investing, carefully consider a fund's investment objective, risk, charges, and expenses contained in the prospectus available at Direxion.com. Read carefully. Distributor Foreside Fund Services, LLC.
All right, so look at this. This is a leg B in the 5-minute chart of the E-mini. It could pull back here, but it should technically go to more higher highs. When it makes a peak B, it hasn't made it yet, but it should go to a peak C and then a peak D. That's the same thing in the 10-minute chart. All right, so let's get back to our story. Let's get back to our story. So we're looking at the SMHs, semiconductors, and NVIDIA was one of the weak ones. NVIDIA hasn't taken out the all-time high of Friday. It's at 173.04, up 63 cents. And it looks like it's trying to do that, but it hasn't done it yet. Significantly, this is just a leg A from $86.62 in April of this year. It's climbed to 173 in a straight line, leg A. So the question came in about the semiconductors. All I can say is that the semis right now are holding very well. Just for fun, I'm going to go to the SMHs. Let me go. So it's a leg D in the 1-minute chart. Still a leg B in the 5. So SMH. There we go. Looking very good. This is from the 5-minute chart. You have to go to the lowest low. That's peak A, peak B. Another A, another A, another A, and a leg C. And this becomes D. And we're looking at an E in the 5-minute chart. And that's an A, B, C, D. A D in the 10-minute chart. Yeah, you can expect a little bit of a pullback here. Right now, at this particular point, at 293.37. If it goes to 293.67 in the next minute or two, that's just going to continue the power move that has been seen in the 5 and the 10-minute chart. To break down, you'd have to see right there. 292.90 will start to move to the downside. All right, next question came in. I want you to do this. A Galaxy GLXY. This is in the GLXY. This is Galaxy Corporation, I believe, global crypto in an all-time high, leg F in the monthly chart. Only a leg. Now, let me show you something here. From the 200-period moving average, it moved up very sharply in leg A. Then it pulled back. This is your starting point. So you've got to count each successively higher high. That means, right there, that's a peak A. Hey, wait a minute. That's an A as well. And then that's a B and that's a C. So instead of going to a B, technically, you have to count each successively higher high from the low bar, and that means that's an A, gray A, but a B, and now you've gone to a C. All right, so that's an F. It could be F right there. And this is your C. This is still only a leg C in the, right there, in the 1-minute chart. So this should still go higher. Yeah, Galaxy looks great. The key, so I'm sure what you really want to know is, where's the key support? And the key support is right between the high and the low of this bar right here. That's the high of the 17th, which is 26.17, and the low of the following bar, which is 25.32 on the 18th. So that, and also that corresponds to the high at peak G that was made on the 19th of May at 26.60. All right, hope that helps you. All right, that's very strong. Next question came in, RXRX. So this is RXRX is in the medical field. It is Recursion Pharmaceuticals. Very nice move. Oh, monthly chart's just starting to improve. The weekly chart this week, as we're standing right now, just over an hour or so into the first trading day of the week, has gone to a peak. Look at this. So you see, that's your starting point. But this is not an A, because you've got to make a trough before you can start counting it. That is an A. Pity, because that would have been a B already. That's an A. That is almost the same. Look at that. That high that was made, RXRX, trading on the week of the 2nd of May, went to 607, pulls back, and on the week of the 13th, it goes to 607. So that's still an A. Doesn't matter. 1 penny higher goes to B. It doesn't. Now it's in leg B. So this is acting very nicely because the weekly chart finally has gotten to a 9-period moving average green, positive. MACD is good. Stochastic, not great, but it's at 68% improving. So we're going to be watching this. But let me just do a quick analysis of the daily chart. That's your peak A. That's your peak B. That's your peak C. Under it, it goes to A, gray B, another A right there. Oops, another A, not an X. A. And this becomes a C. And it's not. And now you get your Chapman wave, overlapping wave. That's really powerful. It says you're going to go to leg D, and it should go quite a bit higher. And then your double tops at C, or in this case, the 200-period moving average of 614 will become key support, because if there's a pullback, it should go to the left side lip at about 6. So this is really an overlapping wave that's really positive. Now you've got your strong leg D. If you do see a pullback, it's at 697. Just on the very short term, I'd say 648 to 642 is probably very good support. Who mentioned that? So this is... Duncan Steve had an NVIDIA backing mentioned at least a year ago, I think, but then thought NVIDIA bailed them. Oh, wait, RX. And let me just check. Did I just correctly identify that? That is, yeah, NVIDIA. All right, well, I'm not sure what the connection is, but that is Recursion Pharmaceuticals, Inc. RX is a symbol at 6.97, up $1.13. And I think, Duncan, because you've got me mentioning it here, we'll see if there's any external effect. Okay, so this is a leg D. Very, very nice action. I'm not sure quite what the story is there, but if you say that it had an NVIDIA mention, that's a good sign. So that'll be just the chips that are used. All right. Okay. Next question came in. Where did it go? I saw it a moment ago. Oh, yes. So I'm doing some work over the weekend, and what do I see in Investors Business Daily? AIR, A-I-R. And I think, yeah, I've seen that name a long time ago. AIR, is that really to do with air or something? Well, AIR, A-I-R, is AAR Corporation. They repair, they engineer, they do, it's in the aviation, government, defense markets. A huge leg A to the upside in the monthly chart, a leg B, massive leg B in the weekly chart, and at 85.26 just recently an all-time high. On Thursday, it's been spectacular. And if you put it together with the PPA, I don't know if it's in the PPA, but the PPA is the Invesco Aerospace and Defense Fund, all-time high on Friday, just a little bit lower today. I'll be back.
Many trading newsletters attempt to focus on a narrow set of equities or commodities. While this works for some, it oftentimes misses many opportunities that possess huge gain potential. But how is an independent trader supposed to scan the entire market looking for these hidden opportunities? One simple answer: the opening call newsletter. Basil Chapman, developer of the Chapman Wave trading methodology, has been trading the markets for longer than most trading influencers have been alive. And over that time, he has honed his methodology in order to accurately call movements in a wide range of equities, from semiconductors to uranium to key indices and so much more. Basil is old school, taking the time to educate the trader while also giving his insights into key indices, selective stocks, and more. Opening call subscribers also receive access to dozens of educational live streams that can be accessed at any time for your edification. All first-time subscribers receive a 30-day money-back guarantee. So ignore the pop trading influencers and start learning time-tested technical analysis.
Steve Rhodes started his trading career as a student almost 20 years ago, and the student has now become the master. Steve won the prestigious Timer of the Year award in 2018 and barely missed that mark again in 2019, finishing at number 2 for the year. An amazing accomplishment. Steve Rhodes is committed to sharing his techniques and knowledge with anyone who wants to learn, and he shares his vast amount of trading knowledge every day in his Mastering Probability newsletter. Steve's award-winning newsletter, Mastering Probability, is delivered every trading day with updates throughout the afternoon. Sign up for Steve's market newsletter, Mastering Probability, and you'll receive access to 7 of Steve's educational webinars absolutely free. At TFNN, all our newsletters come with a 30-day money-back guarantee, so you have absolutely nothing to worry about. Visit TFNN.com and try Mastering Probability 30 days risk-free today. TFNN, educating investors.
For traders who crave risk, Direxion's daily leveraged and inverse ETFs provide opportunities to magnify short-term perspectives with up to 3 times a daily leverage, utilize bull and bear funds from both sides of the trade, and trade through rapidly changing markets. These are highly leveraged ETFs with daily resetting designed for short-term trading, not long-term investing. Whether you're a bull or a bear, you choose the Direxion. For up-to-date pricing and performance, go to Direxion.com. Investing in the funds involves significant risk and should only be utilized by investors who understand the impact of leverage and actively monitor their portfolio. They are not designed to track the underlying index or security for more than a day. Before investing, carefully consider a fund's investment objective, risk, charges, and expenses contained in the prospectus available at Direxion.com. Read carefully. Distributor Foreside Fund Services, LLC.
This program is brought to you by Vista Gold, traded on the NYSE American and TSX under the symbol VGZ.
All right, just for that SMHs, that 1 minute chart did make a peaky, pulling back a little bit here. It's a leg F. I think it's an F in the weekly chart, in the 5-minute chart, and then the 10-minute chart is ABC. Yeah, so we're watching this closely, and as I said, any pullback is, this is the area right here, 292, I think 72, did I say? 292.72 is probably the first bit of support if it does pull back from here. All right, first thing that I wanted to do after in this particular break was to look at, I had a screamer just pop up on my list, SLDB. Oh, I didn't want that in the 1 minute chart. I wanted this in the daily chart. So let's go back to that. That's a leg D in the 1 minute chart. Just jumping around a little bit because all I'm doing today is I'm biding time because I want to see how we close going into tomorrow. Just to see, are we getting some signs of toppiness? I'm getting, just on a very short-term basis, I'm looking at it, I'm saying, well, GE, I'll get back to this SLDB. I got it right now. So this is the leg C in the daily chart at 662.23, solid biosciences. This is a leg, so that's a peak A right there. And then this will be a B. This is a leg C in the weekly chart. Very nice action. It's got this kind of heart-shaped, inverted heart-shaped pattern or kidney pattern in the weekly chart. Monthly chart just needs a lot of work, but this is good action. So I don't know what their specialty is. Solid Biosciences, Inc. Leg C, as I say in the daily. This is a nice-looking chart. The target that I would have had, I had this all notated from a while back, about a month or so, and then I was watching the 200-period moving average, didn't do anything, and then it was off my radar, and then suddenly today pops up, and it's walked the 9-period moving average. It's screamed above the 200-period moving average of 482 at 664 right now. This is nice action. Wow. Nice percentage gain too. So I'm not sure, as I say, what they do. So we've had a couple in this particular area that are really worth noting. There was another one that I looked, ALDX hasn't shown up for a few days, but it did. It was doing very well. Aldeyra, ALDEYRA, Aldeyra Therapeutics, making a leg D or maybe a peak D as we speak. Done fantastically since it initially showed up down in the 350 area. Now it's at 532, and the weekly chart has gone to peak A, and it's in leg B right now, stalling right at the 200-period moving average, and the last move up was peak. I can't go quick enough, but I'll just say peak A, B, C, probably a peak D right there in the 7s. Plummets down to, can you believe, these are biotech stocks. So 1 week is trading on the 14th of March It's totally, is that March? Yeah, 14th, the week of the 14th of March, 720. Just 3 weeks later, on the 4th of April, it's down to $1.14. These are so tough, believe me. Man, but it's come back all the way to the 200-period moving average. Nice action. All right, just wanted to mention those. Okay, may hold talks. Oh, thank you, Flash. Russia, Ukraine may hold talks July 24th to the 25th in Turkey. Yes. Okay, very good. Anything to do with peace is nice. Okay, let's go back to that. Oh, I want you to look at JETS, JETS, and I didn't actually update it for the last week. It made a peak C. It's kind of stalled. It almost looks like the Bitcoin, this chart here, where it goes, that was a D. And then it went sideways and not breaking down, not breaking up, but is the 9's over the 14, looks good. The MACD is good. The relative strength is starting to weaken, and the stochastic's weakening. Let me just, I mentioned that only as a chart pattern, has no relationship whatsoever to the Bitcoin. Yeah, you see Bitcoin, 9-period moving average, strong, tagged it today, holding sideways after peak D. MACD is good, but the relative strength index is pulling back, and stochastic's weak. That's what I meant by the same pattern in the chart. Okay? Now, one thing that I wanted to do is, so Goog made an all-time high way back in March, I think it was. February, the week of the 7th, goes to 297.08. 297.08. 97.08. Now I can't remember. I said March the 7th or something like that. I'll change that if I need to. All right. So in March it does that, and then it slumps down to the 140 area, and now it's A, B, C. It's in leg D in the leg D in the weekly chart, underneath the all-time high, but it's actually acting quite well right here. So that went to an F. This is a brand new A. That's an A. That's an A, or underneath it. That means when it breaks to leg B, that's usually a very good sign. There it goes to B, and now it's in leg C. So Google is acting very well. It's not at all-time highs, but it's acting well. Now, I had mentioned before that I'm looking at this, and I'm getting this rotation that says that some of the really good winners are starting to slow down a little bit. So look, here's GE, General Electric, trading down just a fraction. G made a peak, G/B at 272.80. It's pulling back. All the technicals are quite good. The stochastics at 72 is a little bit weak, but the other technicals are not bad. And Robinhood, so G we do have from the from much lower down, the 190s, and Hood we got from the 16s, 109.32, down 40 cents in a leg, possibly a peak F right now. I'm just looking at this and I say, what clues are you giving me? Because I forgot to look to see what Mega 7s or Mag 7s, or whatever they're called, Magnificent 7s, are going to give earnings this week. I'll check that out for tomorrow's show. But here we are. Microsoft up 82 cents at 510.87. A leg D, probably a peak D at 514.84 on Friday. Just double check to see that I got that right. 514.64. Yep. And it hasn't taken it out. So leg B in the weekly show. These are fantastic. These charts are just magnificent. So how we pull back is going to be very important. And as I say, it has to be bad news, because it can't, it's just on a purely technical basis. You get a 2%, 4%, maybe 5% pullback, but you need bad news to get to the 8% level pullback. And we haven't got signs of that just yet. We might be getting there, but we haven't got it yet. Now, another question I had, I'm skipping something that I knew I had to do today. Oh, that's right. I didn't finish up. Silver is trading up 83 cents at 39.30. This is good because it looks like it does want to go for that leg D above the high that was made on the 15th of July of 38.74. 38.75 starts at leg D. And if it does it this week, it extends leg C in the weekly chart. And the monthly chart has already gone to our target on the left side. Whoops, you've got one more segment to go. So this is the continuous silver contract. Of course, prices change, but my next target on the upside will be the October 2012 high of 42.96. Does it get there right now? I'm not sure. It's a little bit of a struggle. I'll be right back. And let me see what our CDE is doing. Core mining. Yep, that's up 59 cents at 966. Very nice. Okay, I'll be back.
Sharpening your skills as an investor is like getting better at playing a musical instrument. You have to practice, sure, but you also need excellent instruction from experts. At TFNN, you'll get advice and guidance from the authority in technical market analysis. And it's not just dry, tedious text either. TFNN airs live financial content streamed live on TFNN.com and TFNN's YouTube channel with Tiger TV, live every market day from 8:30 a.m. to 4 p.m. Eastern, for free. Each host is an experienced trader and gives their take on the market while taking calls and questions live from around the world. From the moment the market opens until the closing bell sounds, Tiger TV has 8 different shows with expert hosts to help you make the right moves with your money. Watch online at TFNN.com or on TFNN's YouTube channel and become the investor you were born to be. TFNN, educating investors.
In the world of trading, only a few names stand out like Larry Pesavento. A pro's pro with over 50 years of experience, Larry has seen it all. A former Chicago Mercantile Exchange member, Larry has authored 10 books and trained over 1,000 traders with his unmatched expertise. Introducing Fibonacci 24/7, Larry Pesavento's daily trading service that turns the complexity of markets into opportunities. Published every Sunday, receive a comprehensive report packed with detailed commentary, charts, and videos that illuminate the patterns shaping the markets, with updates throughout the week exclusively for subscribers. Whether through charts or videos, Larry's analysis is your roadmap to navigating the markets. You can sign up now at TFNN.com for just $97. And with all TFNN newsletters backed by a 30-day money-back guarantee, you have nothing to risk. For all the details, visit TFNN.com. You'll find Fibonacci 24/7 right under the newsletters tab.
Are you ready to take charge of your financial future? TFNN is your gateway to the world of trading and investing. Whether you're starting out or scaling up, TFNN empowers traders and investors of all skill levels with top-notch investing systems, strategies, and techniques. It's time to protect and grow your money with insight you can trust. Join us live Monday through Friday during market hours for exclusive content that moves with the markets. At TFNN, we bring the trading floor to you. Our seasoned hosts are here to answer your calls and questions live on the air. Check out the Tiger's Den for just $1 and follow us on YouTube and become part of our vibrant community. And remember, at TFNN, we're so confident in the value we provide that we offer a 30-day money-back guarantee on all new premium newsletter subscriptions and services. You have absolutely nothing to risk, so why wait? Tune in live to Tiger TV and transform your trading journey, because when you know better, you invest better. Join us and experience the difference today. TFNN, educating investors.
Don't forget, you can listen to TFNN live on your mobile device 24 hours per day. Go to TFNN.com, then hit Watch Tiger TV. That's TFNN.com, then hit Watch Tiger TV.
Well, I don't know, Rahul, how you even got this, but Open, which is Open Door Tech Inc., had just a little bit of a move today. It's only up 57%. Up $1.30 at 355, and had a spectacular day on Friday. Had a spectacular week, going from about the 70-cent level to $3.55. Very strong. I don't know how you picked this. Congratulations. Good eye. Really good. It means that the support right now, well, you can't say because these things, you don't know why it's popping like this. But right now, I would say between 250 and 220, that's kind of support that I'd monitor. But this is just great. Now, let me just do this real quickly. So what we've got now is the Dow. Still underneath the Chapman Wave inside track repellent zone. it needs to get to the 44,600s to say, oh, I'm done with that. I can go to the left side highs and then go towards the 44,855, but it hasn't done it yet. So the key support is probably in the 44,450 area, just near term. S&P all-time high as we speak. It's pulled back a tad, but it's certainly 63.28. QQQ all-time high. These are fabulous. And as I say, I didn't quite know what to do today because there are areas that I'm looking at. I would like a pullback. I didn't really want to buy anything at highs, even though they're looking good. Look what happened to the uranium stocks. They did spectacularly, pulling back a little bit today, but if it's only a leg C in the weekly chart for UUUU Energy Fuels Inc., look at that. That almost looks like open, the chart. This is a spectacular monthly move going from the 560 area to where we are right now in the 9s. UEC, another one that we normally have. We haven't got it this time. Pulling back a little bit to make a peak D. But yeah, it's real tough to jump in. What are you going to jump in on a Microsoft right now to get what? You can get some points, but it's 510. Are you going to get a 10% move from here? It's tough it could do it, but I'm not sure how it's going to do it. I can see a little bit higher. We'll see. So being a little bit cautious here. We've got fabulous positions that are up, and now I don't want to give anything away if I can help it. So check out my Opening Call Daily newsletter. Stay tuned for Steve Rhodes. I will see you tomorrow. Have a great